Who is she? She's a queen. Okay, so I'm actually standing. Ooh. Okay, but I like it better because I kind of use my hands a little and I'm walking and talking. And I just did like, I don't know, exposure in my face. I mean, I've been doing some skincare, but this looks good. Ooh. Hey. Okay, anyways, so I just graduated, which is really exciting. I'm studying for my boards. Great. July 5th. It's going okay. Taking a break right now. It's kind of been a little bit of a rest day, which I'm okay with. I can deal with that. But today, and actually, let's just do a little side note. I have told myself, for a number of reasons that I don't care to go into, that I am going to wait till I've graduated, which I have, to start dating. Now, if you guys are curious about that, I can make a separate video because that's a whole nother story on my personal life, my personal outlook of it. But I'm getting into the dating scene and I'm, doing some research, getting excited. So I figured, why not share my research with all of you? Plus, this is like my favorite topic, and I don't know whose topic, get a little tongue twisted sometimes. I don't know whose, it's not, okay, I might have to cut this, I might not, you never know. I don't know who doesn't love to talk about love. There we go. Okay. Gets me all gooey and excited inside, and I don't know, it's just good. I really love it. So let's get started. Now, masculine energy and feminine energy, two totally different things, and yet they come together to make a life, which is beautiful. But what is masculine energy? What is feminine energy? And today we're going to talk about how to love a man properly and a woman, but I'm not going to go too in depth. We're just covering the surface because I'm just starting to do some research. I don't know too much more about it than this. We'll see kind of how this goes. I was just doing it. But anyways, masculine energy. Now, everyone has masculine and feminine energy inside of them. It's the more, we'll discuss this, but men typically have more masculine energy. Women have typically more feminine energy in them, which is good. Now, what are these two types of beautiful essence, energy, spirits that were created in us? So, masculine energy, I'm trying to think. So, when a man, or, men play sports, competitive things, boxing, hunting, football, basketball, baseball. Baseball's not as competitive, but it still is. Because it's just attractive, watching men. They're pursuing, they're going after with hunting and boxing. They're trying to win. They're trying to see who's the best. It's a beautiful energy. It's that confident, pursuing, persistence energy. And I love it. I think it is so attractive, men, when you do that. Whatever you do, when you're in your element, women love it. So there's that energy. It's kind of, I'm trying to think of better words to describe it. It's protective energy. It is. But we'll get to that a little later. And I'm trying to get my flow. I was the dancer if you didn't know. Wow, look at my arms. They look so skinny. Okay, anyways, getting back to it. So the feminine side, the womanly side, that is, and I can easily describe this because I feel this in myself. I see this in myself. It's more gentle, nurturing, loving, kind, sweet. I know, for example, some hula dancers or belly dancers, how you can feel their energy. It is rounded. It is soft. It is emotional, but good emotion. It's just a beautiful thing. And I'm very grateful to be a woman, which is a blessing because of all these beautiful things. I love being kind to people and gentle, and I love to take care of people. That is just something I believe the Lord has blessed me with and all the women on the planet, which is amazing. So Now, I was doing research, because I'm thinking, okay, starting to get into relationships. How does a man like to be loved? And you have all these other topics, which I can go over. You have attachment style. You've got the love languages. I mean, that's a whole other topic. Those are other topics beside the point. Men, and you've probably heard this before, they don't like to be loved the most, but respected. And I've heard this, my parents have, men love to be respected, women love to be loved. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Well, I've been diving deeper into it. And I read let's say I'm a woman, obviously I am, but I'm in a relationship with a guy and I don't love him as much as I respect him, he would stay with me versus a woman who loved him but didn't respect him as much. So how crazy is that? Now that's going to the extreme. That's extreme. But I'm just giving you an example. So a man would prefer to be respected by a woman than to be loved by her. Now, I was also digging deeper, reading articles on this, because I was fascinated by this. And I'll get into women in a second. But I was so fascinated by this because it said, and I see this in my own life, and I've seen this with other couples and people around me throughout my life, even with treating patients in my clinical. Women. Now, this is not disrespect. Remember, this is something you can change because I've seen this and I felt bad. And this is not, well, it is. I'm not even gonna, people can, whatever, it doesn't matter. Women, I see them condescending toward a man, raising a man like a child. It's almost like they desire to be in control. And so they're going to be condescending, rude to a man. Always trying to control the situation. Always trying to, you just need to let go, girl. Just let go. Just let it flow. I mean, it doesn't matter. Well, it does, because this is important for a man. But anybody, you don't want to be rude to them or control them. That isn't going to help anything. Condescending. That's just kind of like a bully. And I've seen this, especially with women towards men in my lifetime, and it's been so sad. And I know when I'm like this, I don't like that feeling, and I don't even need respect as much as a man does, but I don't know. That's been one of the sadder parts, obviously, of, just seeing relationships and being like, wow. And I know these women might not know. They probably don't. They're just thinking they're caring about their man. But that's not really a relationship. That's more like a mommy and a child. And so that would probably be something you need to reassess, I would say. Now, what can we do to respect a man? And I actually didn't know, and I'm going to toot my own horn, absolutely, praise the Lord for this, because the Lord has shown me I'm loving myself, and now I'm still growing on accepting and loving myself. But this kind of just came out towards not my husband. Oh, yeah, my husband in the future. No. This kind of came out towards not only men like that I don't know as well, obviously in my class, and then at the clinical, which obviously I'm not going to be that close to them, but more my dad and my brother. Just encourage them and compliment them and say, you're the best. Well, okay, so the things I've researched were for relationships. You're the best kisser I ever had, or you're the strongest guy I know. And I've said that to my dad and my brother, and actually one of my clinical instructors, I didn't say you're the strongest guy I ever know, but I said, wow, you're strong. And so I think that makes them feel good. And that just comes from a place for me, for love, and it's respecting them. And that's how you can do it. You're going to put them on a pedestal, and you're going to let them make decisions. You're not going to condemn them. You're going to listen with respect. I want you to be present with them. And really, you are their safe space where they can unload emotionally on, where you're their home. A woman is supposed to be nurturing, and not in a mommy-son relationship, but in an equals relationship, in that sort of way. And so we want to open our hearts to ourselves first. And I'm learning this. And then we can open ourselves to our husbands, husbands, boyfriends, dads and brothers a little differently. I kind of just say it out of innocence, not really anything like that. I just tell them they are the best men that I know, because it is the truth. I've seen men out there, time and time again, and I absolutely 100% believe that. And I know with my husband, I am putting that high, even if the most famous, wealthiest, most gorgeous, I'm gonna say man for me, man came into my life and offered like to marry me, I would be like, absolutely not. You are second best to this guy right here. I have the best man ever. Ugh. Because he will be. In my mind, in my heart, he will always be number one. It's just how it is. And that's just how it should be for you too. That makes a man feel good. That makes them feel loved. Now, we got to this part for women. How do we feel loved? Well, actually, not that we shouldn't be respected as well, because we should be, but feeling loved for us, and I have come into contact with this actually a few times, and it is absolutely the truth. This is from personal experience. They said women feel most loved when they are cherished. Now, this is actually very true. I was asking for help at one of my clinicals, and it happened to be a guy. And I just asked for help, and it made him feel like a man, which I really needed help on something, so I just had to find something. But I asked him for help, and you could see the adoration in his eyes, and I could feel, wow, it felt really lovely. And it felt like he seen me as a person, not as just a body, just as a beautiful face, you know? And I've had that a few other times, actually, my dad and my brother. You know, I don't remember, but just I could feel their adoration towards me. They're cherishing me as a person. And that, I think, is what all women want. You know, we all want to be seen for our spirit, not for our body or what we can give. And so that was wow. And you can see I'm emotional because you feel seen. You know, you feel, wow, you feel loved because you feel seen. And I'll wrap it up with a scripture because I am Christian. God says, husbands, love your wives as Christ loved the church. Now, how did Christ love the church? Well, he adored the church. He looked at the church in beauty and in awe. And I feel like that's what they did for me. All the people. And I've had more times than that. I'm trying to think. I don't think I've had any other times a man has really adored me. Oh, I've had one. My classmate. But still. It does make you feel really loved. And really, not even loved, just seen and understood for who you are, and not just, like I said, some object of his desire, which is, I think, true love. And if you respect your man, and I was reading just some blogs and articles, this one girl said, it has changed her relationship dynamic. And one more thing to add, actually, even asking for help. Now, I actually needed help, and even if you do need help, or if you don't, if you want to make your man feel like a man, let him help you. You will be astonished at how your relationship changes. Now, I can do more things, men, if you want to get if you're trying to command respect, you can do it in a way that women will eat it up and love it, and not in a way that's rude or condescending, and I can make a video on that. I have so many ideas. This is just something I am learning, and I feel like I'm going to post it along the way as I get ready for a relationship and, you know, dating and marriage. Because that's what my end goal is, that's what my heart is, that's what I desire. I want to be a mom, a wife and a mom, a Proverbs 31 woman. So there's that. I'm so loving this topic. Gosh, I want to talk about it so much. And don't forget to subscribe for more. That's another thing. Okay, no, I'll probably do bloopers. Look at my arms. They actually look really good. Let's see my whole body. Actually, I really like standing. And actually that doing the essence or whatever, my eyes are like popping. This is like the best thing I've ever done.